Hello students, today we are going to see the problems of SC and ST. Sociology of India, Unit 4, the problems of SC and ST. The SC and ST occupy the bottommost rung of the social ladder. They form majority of the backward classes. The term itself signifies those groups of people who were out of the caste system or the Varna hierarchy in the past. These groups have been discriminated against by the superior caste through the ages, and they never had any kind of social acceptance from the majority of the people who belonged to the upper caste. They are distributed throughout India. Now where in India the SC occupy the top position in the social, political or economical field as a group. Their low social position continues even now, though lot of measures have been taken to make them equal with others. Problems of untouchability. Who are the untouchables? The untouchable caste are those who suffer from the various social and political disabilities, many of which are traditionally prescribed and socially enforced by the higher caste. This was said by Dr. D.N. Mujumdar. In fact, he uses the term scheduled caste to refer mainly to the untouchable caste. People who constituted the bottommost place in Indian social stratification are often regarded as untouchables. All of them come under the category of what our constitution calls the SC or ST. The word untouchables applies to the despised and degraded section of the Hindu population. Meaning of untouchability. It is a practice in which some lower caste people are kept at a distance, denied of social equality and made to suffer from social disability, for their touch is considered to be contaminating the higher caste people. The practice of untouchability is a stigma attached to the Indian society. It is an age-old practice and has its root deep down in our social and religious system. Gandhiji regarded this practice as a leper wound in the whole body of Hindu politics. He even considered it the hatefulness expression of caste. He carried a campaign against it throughout his life. Though the practice of untouchability is one form or another has been there in many other countries of the world, it has taken its ugliest shape in India. Billions of people have suffered from it, and the suffering still continues through with less intensity. There are some of the criteria of untouchability. Untouchability in the Indian context has become hereditary. If a person is regarded as untouchable for some reason or the other, not only he would remain throughout his life as untouchable, but his children also would become untouchables. Still, it should be remembered that untouchability does not arise by birth alone. Person become outcast and untouchable by being guilty of certain acts that amount to grave sins. Untouchability indicates not only a low place in the caste hierarchy, together with the existence of social and religious disabilities, but also a low economic position as well. Most of the scheduled castes are considered to be untouchables. According to 1931 census report, if a caste suffer from the following restriction, which I was giving below, the following restriction, it may be termed as a untouchable caste. The first restriction is inability to be served by twice born or clean Brahmins. They can't able to service the Brahmins. That is the first restriction. Secondly, inability to be served by barbers, water carriers, tailors, hoteliers and so on, who served caste Hindus. If any individual who is serving for a Hindu people, for a higher caste people, he can't able to serve the untouchable peoples. That is what the second restriction. And thirdly, inability to serve water to the caste Hindus. The higher caste people won't give a cup of water also for the lower caste people when they need it. And the fourth one is inability to enter Hindu temples. In those days, there have been many restrictions to get into the Hindu temples. These have been the fourth restriction. And fifth, inability to use public convenience such as wells and schools and so on. The untouchable peoples can't able to use the public wells also. If they need a water means they need to travel for a long distance to get a water. So in those days, these are all some of the restriction, and at last inability to dissociate oneself from a despised occupation. Their occupation is being characterized. These people should do this and this occupation only. They can't able to, even though if an individual is good in knowledge, he can't able to go for a teaching in those days. Because if untouchable people go for a teaching means they can't able to, the Brahmins or the other caste people, they can't able to teach it. So in that way, that despised occupation which is meant for a particular caste people, they are the only one to carry out those activities. And here, problems of untouchable caste. Untouchable caste is nothing but SC and ST. Here some of the problems is being mentioned down. Majority of caste that come under the category of scheduled caste are regarded as untouchable. These untouchable castes have been suffering from various disabilities throughout the history. These untouchable castes, that is SC and ST, have been keep on facing so many of struggles, so many of disabilities, so many of problems in their history. After independence, the practice of untouchability was declared unconstitutional, but the fact is that it still exists. After the independence only, the untouchable is declared as unconstitutional. That is, after the independence only, they declared that untouchability is a sin. But in fact, it has not been there, because still now this untouchability is been existing in our society. The sufferings of the untouchables have not come to an end still now. This problem cannot be solved by any of an act or legislation, because even though we are saying that we are living in a modern society, but in this modern society also we came to know, we are going across many kind of untouchability activities. That is, in this present society, இப்போ இருக்க situationல கூட we have been saying that we are modern people, but in many cases, in many of the places, the murders has been practicing for the person who married the untouchable girl. ஆணவ கொலை. These things have been more common nowadays in our present society. Right now, when we have been discussing about this topic also, in somewhere else there will be a problem which is been occurring for this untouchability, due to this untouchability. So in theoretically we are saying that after the independence the practice of untouchability was declared as unconstitutional, but in fact it is not been existing, because in many places this untouchability activity is being carrying out all over the India. According to Dr. Mujumdar, the untouchability cases are those who suffer from various social political disabilities, many of which are traditionally prescribed and socially enforced by the higher caste. Thus, if the whole basis of untouchability are not destroyed, a simple provision for its legislation status with bear scanty fruits. This is the definition which is said by Dr. Mujumdar. What he is saying is untouchable caste are those who suffer various social and political disability. Those who have been suffering from many of the social and political disabilities are known as untouchables, many of which are traditionally prescribed and socially enforced by the higher caste people. Thus, if the whole basis of untouchability are not destroyed, a simple provision for its is legal status with a bear scanty fruits. The untouchable caste have been suffering from various social, religion, legal, political, educational, economic, and other disabilities. For centuries, they were denied political representation, legal rights, civic facility, educational privileges, and economic opportunity. During the British rule also, no proper attention was paid to uplift the untouchables to relieve them from their bondages. Even today, they are not completely free from the problems which made them to suffer for centuries. These problems can be grouped into three major categories: social problem, economic problem, and political problem. These are the three major sides of problem for untouchable caste. Firstly, social problem and its disability. Under the social problem, we are going to see the four subdivision of problems. Firstly, untouchable caste have suffered for centuries for a number of social problems and the disabilities, among which the following may be noted. These are the things that has been noted in social problem and disabilities. Firstly, lowest status in the social hierarchy. In the case hierarchy, the untouchable caste are described the lowest status. They are considered to be unholy, inferior, and low, and are looked down upon for the other caste. They have been suffering from the stigma of untouchability. Their very touch is considered to be polluting by the higher caste people. Their touch is also considered as a polluting by a higher caste people. Hence, they have been subject to the exploitation and humiliation. They have been treated as the servants of the other caste people. Because in Varnas also they have been saying that the last class who have been born from the foot, their duty is to serve the other four caste peoples. So that is the main reason for this untouchability. The untouchable caste have always served the other caste, but the attitude of other caste is of total indifference and contempt. They were kept at a distance from other caste people. In some instance, even the exact distance which an upper caste man was expected to keep between himself and the untouchables was specified. During the early times, They were banned as Panjamas, Antyajas, Avarnas, etc., and were given the bottommost place in this society. The distinction that arose between Aryans and Anaryas centuries ago in the practice of untouchability. Because in Anaryas were branded as dasas or the servants and kept at a distance. They were not given any good position in the army, politicals, and public life, but made to follow unclean occupations such as scavenging, removing human waste and dead animals, tanning, shoemaking, spinning, washing clothes, supplying water, and so on. The physical touch of those people following unclean occupation was considered enough to pollute the so-called upper caste, that is Varna people. Thus the so-called untouchables were not only kept at the distance but also denied of various facilities. Several disabilities were attributed to them. Secondly, civic disability. For a long duration, the untouchable caste were not allowed to use public places, such as avail of civic facilities such as village wells, ponds, temples, hostels, hotels, schools, hospital, dharmashalas, and so on. They were forced to live on the outskirts of the town and villages during those days. Even today, they are segregated from the other specially. They were not allowed to enter the house of higher caste. They were allowed to work as a laborers during construction or repairs, storing grains, etc. But later, the houses were purified by the sprinkling cow urine or a cow dung. In South India, restrictions were imposed on the mode of construction of their houses, types of dresses, and patterns of their ornaments. Some lower caste people are not allowed to carry umbrellas, to wear shoes or golden ornaments, or to milk cows. They were prohibited from covering the upper part of their body. The service of barbers, washermen, tailors were refused to them. In the court of justice, they had to shout from the pointed distance and take their chance of being heard. These are all the civic disabilities. Thirdly, we are going to see the economical disability. The untouchables were forbidden from taking up to the educational during the early days. Sanskrit education was denied to them. Public schools and other education institutions were also closed for them. Even today, majority of them are illiterate and ignorant. According to a study, a literacy level of the SC people is extremely poor. It is less than half of the national average, 41.3%. In states like Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh, their literacy level is less than 1:4 of the national averages. The literacy percentage among SCs, however, had increased to 37.41% in 1991, and the corresponding national averages figures were 52.21%. Female literacy is still poorer among them. In 1991, only 23% of SC women were literate, while in Bihar, SC women literacy stood at the lowest minimum. Comparatively, a very limited number of SC students were studying even after more than 5 decades of independence. The performance of SC students in the educational field is also relatively poor. The pass percentage of SCs at the high school level is 53, at the graduation level is 35, and the PG level is 60. The corresponding general pass percentage figures are 65, 57, and 76 respectively. The enrollment of SCs at primary, secondary, and high school levels is also far less than the national averages. And the fourth restrictions, or the fourth problem in the social problems, is religion disability. The untouchables also suffer from religious disability. Even today, they are not allowed to enter the temples in many places. Even after the successful campaign of Dr. Ambedkar demanding the untouchable rights to enter the temple at Nasik in 1930, things have not improved much. The Brahmins who offered their priestly service to some lower caste are not prepared to officiate the ceremonies for the untouchable caste. However, things have been started improving radically in these matters, especially after 1990s. And the second problem is economic problem and its disability. Some of the problems which has been distinguished under the economic problem. Firstly, no right of landed property ownership. For centuries, the untouchables were not allowed to have land and business of their own. It is only recently their ownership to the property has become recognized. The property big people are comparatively less among them. Majority of them depend upon agriculture, but only few of them own land. This situation shows that there is a no right of land property ownership. Secondly, selection of occupation limited. The caste system imposes restrictions on the occupational choices of the members. The occupational choices was very much limited for the untouchables. They were not allowed to take up the occupations which were reserved for the upper caste people. They were forced to stick on the traditional inferior occupation such as curing hides, removing the human waste, sweeping, scavenging, and so on. These occupations were regarded as degraded and inferior. Failure to fill in the full quota of reserved posts. The SCs and ST have been able to take full advantages of the reserved seats allotted to them in government jobs. The data collected from the reports of the Commissioner for SC and ST revealed that the representation in central government departments, public sector undertakings, and the nationalist banks in 1993 was 7% to 10% in A group post, 9% to 14% in B group post, and 13 to 19 in C group, and 21 to 23 in D group. It is known that their full quota position in A and B groups is not been filled. Is because the eligible candidates are not available in those categories. The poor educational performance of the SC candidates have been the major obstacles in this regard. And the fourth problem in economic disability is landless laborers. Majority of the untouchables are today working as landless laborers. More than 90% of the agricultural laborers in India belong to the depressed class, which includes the SC and ST. According to 1981 census, more than 52% of the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribe work in rural areas or agricultural laborers. A large number of SC families are in debates. Their indebtedness is increasing day by day. The SCs are economically exploited by the upper caste people. They are being exploited by the upper caste people. Even today, they are the lowest paid workers in the community. Some of them continue to suffer as bonded laborers for the other higher caste people. For example, in 1977, as many as 10,879 atrocities were complained against them. Those jobs are reserved for them in government department due to lack of eligibility. They are not able to get into them. These are all the economic problems and its disability. And thirdly, we are going to see the last problem, that is political problem and its own disability. The untouchables hardly participated in the political matters for centuries. They were not given any place in politics, administration, and the general governance for the country. They were not allowed to hold any public post. Political rights and representation were denied to them. Under the British rule only, they were given the right to vote for the first time. After independence, equal political opportunities and rights have been provided for the SCs also. Politically, the SCs are yet to become a decisive force. The untouchables or the SCs living in the city are trying to organize themselves in the form of some groups such as Dalit Samiti and such other organizations to fight for their own rights. But the vast mass of rural SCs are totally unorganized to fight for their own rights. Political parties are there, such as the Republic Party of India, started by Dr. Ambedkar, Dalit Panthers Party. They are all having no doubt in mobilizing the SCs, but so far they have not been able to form a Dalit lobby at the national level, except in some pockets. Their political influence is mostly localized. Their total influence in Indian politics is so far not very much impressive. Accordingly, the political disabilities or the political problems that they have been facing in the to the untouchables people. With that, we have been seeing three major division of problems that are being faced by untouchable caste. We have seen the social problem, economic problem, and the political problem. Majority of caste that come under the category is SC and ST. They have been denoted as the untouchables. They have been suffering in various disabilities throughout the history. In that, we have seen those problems have been categorized, have been divided into three major divisions, that is social problem, economic problem, and a political problem. In those, there are several subdivisions which have been categorized according to the disabilities. For example, we have seen that social problem. Under the social problem, it has been divided into four divisions, that is lowest status in the social hierarchy and the civic disability, what are the disability which is being there in the educational system, and how they faced disability in religious aspect. Secondly, in economic problem, It is also divided into 4 categories, such as owning the land. Secondly, occupation limited. Thirdly, how they can't be able to fill the quota which is being reserved for them. And last, landless laborers. And the third problem is political problem. What is the exact situation which is being prevailing in the political system for the untouchable peoples? With that, I like to conclude the topic which has been discussed today is the problems that has been carrying out in the SC and ST from those days till this modern period. Thank you.